Yo, man, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing, man? I just want to give a huge thanks to everybody that's been showing love and support, man. And today we have another crazy episode. My headphones looking all cool. Today we got my headphones like this. Today we got another Radio Raheem and his dog. Hey, today we have another crazy lit episode, man. By the title and thumbnail, y'all already know what to expect, man. Another banger. But make sure if you all enjoy this video that you give this video a huge thumbs up, man. Remember, the more likes that this video get, the higher that it will rank. So let's go ahead and break this algorithm, man. Let's break this matrix. I hope that y'all enjoy this content as well. If you want to send me anything for a shout out in my future videos, make sure to click that link in the description. It will be pinned. Bring you on over to the Discord and just send me whatever you want to. You get what I'm saying? Make sure y'all spam them comments, man. I'm gonna need everybody to comment 10 different times a piece, and no matter what it is, spam some red or blue hearts, whatever you want to do, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
So there I was, just minding my own business, looking at Google Earth, and this big snow-covered monstrosity is staring me in the face like, why is that covered in snow? I look into Ireland and some other areas around it. Iceland gets snow only once a year, 1 day a year. So I keep digging a little bit deeper, and I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I say, oh, images, what are they? Well, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. Only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they
put on
somebody $150,000 a year to put on there.
Right.
But those mountains, those rocks, definitely exactly like we see on Mars. So I said, I wonder what they're doing out here. What is all this equipment for? I'm sure it can't be NASA, right? Whose orange Hummer is this? Okay, that looks like a NASA.
Wow.
Well, let's dig a little further because I can't really see anything on here other than it certainly looks like a NASA symbol. And I can't read that. Tried. So this one here said, roving the Arctic. So what is that? Doesn't make any sense. Pop in here. See if we can find anything. Again, same kind of mountains. That looks like the same kind of water I've seen before that I thought was water on Mars. Who knows? Zoom in. What's that? Oh, nothing. Just looked like it was funny. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the...
Wow. A Land Rover. Now that's crazy.
Yeah. So.
That's crazy.
I found out where Mars is, guys. It's just about 1,000 miles north of me. Not quite the distance that NASA says, but I can't find anybody who's in charge of this. They must be hiding behind these rocks. Oh no, there they are out in front of everybody, just standing there. Lovely. Clown number 1, clown number 2, and clown number 3. Yeah, this is very empty here. Oh, there's one of those ATVs. All right, now we're on to something. Oh, I got another truck. Oh, yeah, it says NASA. What's that say? Mars Project?
Nah. That is wild. I don't feel like I had to say anything with this. Like, he honestly was answering any question or doubt that I had within this entire situation, man. Shout out to this dude for exposing something like that, but I mean, that could make sense of why when they do these space liftoffs that they always curl and do like this and then disappear some way, somehow. Like, it seemed like I always come back down when it's going up instead of going straight up. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But, hey, that was interesting. I like that. That proved, that had my mind. I ain't gonna lie. That had my mind twisted.
This world is not what you've been.
So folks told me to actually look up this before we get into this. Folks told me to look this up because they were basically saying like, no, that Himalayan salt with the giant stuff is honestly real. Like it's proven facts that these fossils, that giant fossils that's on Earth really be rocks and things like that, that they get specific things from. So we're going to watch this a little bit. I think this kind of touch on it. But I remember I seen a lot of comments of people basically saying that the Himalayan salt thing that I talk about, it might not sound real, but it's technically true. And it tests positives for DNA a lot of the times, which is just wild.
This world is not what you've been told it was. And it's certainly not just the depictions of faces found time and time again in the rocks. Our realm was much larger, and the evidence that geology is nothing more than hardened biology can be found everywhere.
See, there that pink salt and Himalayan salt folks was talking about. They were saying that they was testing this and they actually test positive for DNA.
Those with open eyes and open minds see it all too well. Makes you wonder about that pink Himalayan salt.
Mm-hmm.
We are standing literally on the remains of this much larger post-apocalyptic realm of ours. I recommend everyone check out Mud Fossil University on YouTube. Covered up and buried in an instant, in some cataclysmic reset of our realm. And what we get is the final moments of these titans, frozen in time like a photograph. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
That's what they kept saying. Look up Mud Fossil University. Let me put this in my notes. Hopefully I can do a video covering it. But they basically was telling me the Mud Fossil thing. Do the Mud Fossil University. Do the Mud Fossil University. I've seen it all throughout my comments. Mud Fossil University. I'm glad he said that because it made me remember so I didn't have to go back to the video. But we're going to go and check that out as well. Because people are saying, like, if you look at the Mud Fossil University thing, it's all going to make sense. So y'all, hey, I'm not going to say I believe it or not this time because I actually got to do my own research and I promised y'all. So I'm going to be a man of my word. All right.
Did you know that in reality, everyone is already dead? It's said that when a person dies, their brain stays alive for 7 long minutes. During this time, the brain recreates memories, replaying them in a dream state. The individual sees his whole life flash before his eyes. Time elapses differently when you're awake than when you're dreaming. 7 minutes can seem like 7 minutes, or a century. Stephen Hawking has said that when we discover the God particle, or the Higgs boson, as some call it, the end of the world could happen in a day, and in 2012, we discover it. And if the world really did end in 2012, and if it did happen in an instant, and we've all been living in our own consciousness ever since, perhaps that's why, since 2012, the world has seemed increasingly strange, unreal, and absurd. As if we are all stuck in a never-ending dream. Our perceptions of reality have become distorted, blurring the lines between what is real and what is imagined. It's a perplexing thought that leaves us questioning the nature of our existence and the true boundaries of our consciousness.
That's true. That is true. But I do wonder, what did he mean by the Higgs?
You're awake than when you're dreaming.
Let me see.
7 minutes can seem like 7 minutes, or a century. Dream state. The individual sees his whole life. God particle, or the Higgs boson.
Okay, the Higgs boson. What is the Higgs boson? Could somebody please explain that down below as well for a lot of the new people that don't know what the Higgs boson is? Because I know I need to know, and I'm going to do some research on it. But y'all let us know in the comments what this is, because if something was discovered in 2012, I sure didn't know nothing about the Higgs boson. I promise you that.
Jesus Christ.
Did you hear what Elon Musk said on the Full Send podcast a few months ago? They start talking about cataclysms and ice ages. He says,
"There's deep rabbit hole on ice ages. Deep rabbit hole."
He knows. Look at these topics that we're into: cataclysms, lost ancient technology.
Magnetic poles.
That's the one thing.
There was probably something significant that happened in the last ice age because we don't see any evidence of writing, and that was about 10,000 years ago.
This is mainstream science. The poles do flip. These happens in cycles of 6,500 years. It's a planet flip 90 degree. The Earth essentially does a standstill. The sun will stay in the same spot, causing heating we've never experienced. And here's the wild thing is that a continental-sized tsunami being 2 miles high. Well, I showed you the Emotes volcano in Africa and the Sahara, which is at 11,300 feet, that has salt as well as evidence of gastropods, sea life.
That's 2 miles high.
Yes.
Wow. So it's proof. Hold on.
Science, the poles do flip. These happens in cycles of 6,500 years. It's a planet flip 90 degree. The Earth essentially does a standstill. The sun will stay in the same spot, causing heating we've never experienced. And here's the wild thing is that a continental-sized tsunami being 2 miles high. Well, I showed you the Emotes volcano in
Emotes volcano. I'm going to look that up. Emotes. Let me make sure I put that on. I got to start putting stuff in my notes.
Mother Teresa, considered one of the most venerated women of the 20th century. She's a Catholic nun. She founded the Order of Missionaries of Charity, which helped the poor. Considered a great philanthropist of the 20th century, their surface information points to negligent care and unsanitary conditions at Mother Teresa's facilities. Her facilities fail to follow medical protocols, refusing to provide pain medication and failing to provide patients with appropriate accommodations. The Guardian, a British newspaper, described a hospice set up by Mother Teresa as an organized form of negligent care. Meanwhile, Mother Teresa's organization was one of the richest, but did not disclose how it used the funds. Mother Teresa created the most successful order in the history of the Catholic Church and won the Nobel Peace Prize, despite her vow of poverty, spent a lot of time traveling the world in private jet and meeting political leaders. She was a Catholic nun and was canonized in 2016. What was Mother Teresa really like?
Hello, my name is Arup Chatterjee.
Arup Chatterjee, Indian author and physician, worked in one of Mother Teresa's homes and researched the financial affairs of her order.
My whole family, for about, 5 or 6 generations, they are from Calcutta. I had hardly heard of Mother Teresa until I came to the West in 1985. Don't forget that she got the Nobel Prize in 1979. But even then, most people in Calcutta wouldn't have heard of her that much. I was pretty well informed, actually, as people go. And when I came to the West in 1985, people kept telling me that Mother Teresa runs the whole city single-handed. She was telling the world that she was feeding hundreds and thousands, that she had schools in Calcutta, she had hospitals in Calcutta, and these were all complete lies. So that's why I decided that I had to do something because nobody else would. So, one person has to stand up and do something about it. And first thing I did was to go to Channel 4 in UK and we made a documentary called Hell's Angel. And then I decided to write a book.
Hell's Angel, a documentary film produced by 2 British journalists, Christopher Hitchens and Tariq Ali. The film premiered in the UK on Channel 4 in 1994. The documentary presents facts, shedding light on the dark side of Mother Teresa and a congregation of the Missionaries of Charity. Mother Teresa, The Untold Story. Author Arup Chatterjee, the book narrates the story of Calcutta Homes for Dying, operated by Mother Teresa, as well as controversies surrounding the money she accepted from notorious dictators and fraudsters.
If you ask me whether she was a saint, as some people say, or she's an angel from hell, as some people say, I would say that she was a supreme politician and a PR agent of the Catholic Church and of the Vatican. And she condoned the worst things about the Vatican, the worst ideologies. She was a misogynist. Mm-hmm. She didn't like women at all. If you ask me about the saint business, I would say she does deserve to be a Catholic saint, because Catholic saints are a type of person who are not particularly good, but who tick certain boxes, who fill certain criteria, such as you would know that many fascists have become Catholic saints, like Jose Maria Escriva, the Pope Pius XII, I think. He was also, I think it is Pius XII, who was during the Holocaust. He connived with the Nazis. He may become a blessed and then a saint. Because he was a good Catholic. So to become a saint of the Catholic Church, you don't have to be a good person. You have to be a Catholic, good Catholic, and follow certain rules and observe certain rituals, follow the Catholic Church's doctrine. So in that sense, Mother Teresa is not a bad Catholic saint, but definitely she's not a saintly person as we understand in English. Because Mother Teresa used to sell babies. I mean, it's well documented. She used to falsify documents and sell babies. So this is the story when a very poor woman, a Muslim lady, she came with 2 children and she knocked on the door because she wanted some food and just to stay overnight. And then she could have gone home the following morning. And after a lot of banging, the nuns opened the door, and I said to the nun that, can you give the children, the babies rather, some milk, and she could stay overnight, and then she can go home tomorrow morning, because she's got a violent husband, and he's drunk, and he might beat her up, and she doesn't want a very permanent refuge with you, just a short one. The nuns firstly completely refused, and then said, okay, fine, we can have them in, but she has to sign over the babies to us, and we will keep the babies and adopt them away. And that's our condition. And this is actually quite common with Mother Teresa's homes, used to be rather, not anymore, that they would procure children and babies by any means and sell them off to the highest Catholic bidder in a Catholic country. There was a big scandal in 2017, I think. If you search on the internet in India, the scandal broke up in about 5 or 6 years back that the nuns were selling numerous babies, but it started when she was well alive.
Wow.
And there was a case that came on Calcutta TV in the 1990s quite a few times, that when Mother Teresa was alive and 3 or 4 years after her Nobel Prize, there was this boy who was sold to a Belgian Catholic couple along with his sister. He was sold for 1 lakh rupees, which was a lot of money in those days. He realized that something was not right because he had memory, because he wasn't a baby when he was sold. He was a child, and he remembered his sister. So he kept coming back to Calcutta from Belgium in order to find his family. And he finally, after a lot of effort, he managed to look at his record. He found that all his records have been falsified. He had been classed a complete orphan without any relatives, whereas he had a grandparent, he had a sister, he had knowledge of his mother, but that was all falsified. And then he was sold off to this Belgian Catholic couple. And his sister was also sold to another Belgian Catholic couple.
Shaking my head.
So that is documented. And this is a woman everybody worships in the world. I mean, this is the saddest thing about the whole saga, is that nobody looks at any evidence.
Mother Teresa's homes for the dying. In 1952, Mother Teresa opened her first home for the dying. Mother Teresa has been held responsible for the suffering and death of a large number of people over 40 years. In just one home for the dying in Kalingat, 29,000 people died. In 1994, the British medical journal, The Lancet, reported that Mother Teresa centers were short of medication and patients received nothing close to the adequate treatment needed to alleviate their pain. The patients experienced immense suffering and often died from pain shock. Meanwhile, Mother Teresa herself sought medical treatment in the world's most expensive clinics, including the Scripps Clinic in La Jolla, California, and the Gemelli Hospital in Rome. Mother Teresa said, "There's something beautiful in seeing the poor accept their lot, to suffer it like Christ's passion." However, she never refused painkillers during her heart surgeries, thus avoiding suffering like Jesus.
Wow. So she literally was letting folks suffer, but not even just to mention, I'm not finna go past the fact that she literally had folks like selling kids. What type of and then call yourself mother to that's very Americanized, because it's a lot of things that folks look past. Just even the whole slavery thing I talked to y'all about, people look past things that people have done depending on if it's beneficial to them or not. You get what I'm saying? If it's beneficial to the world and their agenda, then they're going to make sure that folks look past it, the more so trying to bring awareness and shy away from it. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That is wild. I didn't know anything about Mother Teresa. I've been hearing people rap about her and things like that, but wow, to know that this lady literally was responsible for thousands of people's deaths is honestly it's sad, man. What the? No, that gotta be fake. What? Nah, that can't be real. If that was real, I feel like that would really went crazy over the internet. I don't even think this really even did anything. Yeah, it gotta be a puppet show. Yeah, people saying that it's a puppet show.
Have y'all seen this? A woman in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is walking along the beach when she captures what appears to be 2 lightning strikes, but indeed is something totally different. Check this out.
So this is a video of me and my husband at the beach one morning. It was a storm coming in, and look at the first lightning strike. Boom, it looks like a tunnel. And the second one looks like a portal door or something.
Cause what is that? Does this not look like a beam of some sort. And this right here looked like Jesus himself is getting ready to walk through it. Does it not? And getting these still shots was not easy. When I moved the meter to try to capture the flash, the numbers didn't even move by the time it flashed and disappeared. That's how fast it happened. So literally it happened in light speed. Not to mention, where's the lightning itself? Because I didn't see any. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think it is?
Chat. I'll be telling y'all, man. Like, I feel like some stuff just be common sense. I mean, I've been to the beach. If you ever been to the beach and you see thunder in the abyss with so much rain and so much fog, or the clouds be very thick, you're only going to see the flash with the cover, because it flashes them. Of course, everybody know light travel faster than time. Like, everybody know that. You will see something before you hear something. So I feel like he's just stretching on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like people just trying to make content, man, for real.
You know what plantation they've never shown us, Abby? The most prominent ones. The ones that were most profitable. The breeding plantations. Why don't you want to show us those? You know why? Because after the research that I did for this album, you realize that the moment that a girl menstruated, she was put in a stable where a horse would be and forcibly mated. By a male of the slave master's choice. And when she had children, they weren't called children, they were called a litter of pups. The punishment being or killing a person in medieval Spain is gelding. Gelding is when you take hot pincers and you take a man's balls and dick off root and stem. Killing a person, law of the Bible, right? Medieval Spain, super religious. You killed a man, he should be killed. Why were indigenous and black people categorized as subhuman? So under the law, you would not be punished for the things that you did to us.
True.
That's why. You used to be proud, right? Used to be proud, white America, of murder. Used to be proud of colonization. Used to, wow, that made us tough. And then you got ashamed of it. And that's what you're dealing with. That's what America's dealing with, a schizophrenic crisis. There's a British manual, right, that was taken out of the British Museum because within the manual, it talked about how it was a weapon of war that should be used against the indigenous population. You're ashamed of that now. You're ashamed, right? Who was Christopher Columbus? His image has been so whitewashed, but he was trafficking little girls on an island. Who does that sound like, huh? All you right-wing defenders of Christopher Columbus and his legacy, he was trafficking 9-year-old indigenous girls on an island. Who does that remind you of, you intellectual coward? Just because liberals are dog shit doesn't mean that you shake hands with the devil, right? The same way I tell people all the time who are white working class people who hear about reparations for black people and automatically get upset. You know, they hear the word Africa and they're furious already. But the problem is this. The money doesn't come from you. No, it comes from the financial institutions that banked and built their stock exchange on labor, on the payback that they got from slavery. Because reparations is not actually what African people are asking for in this country. African American people are asking for the other half of reparations. You see, America already paid reparations at the end of the Civil War to slave owners. They gave them money per black person that they let free. And they refused to honor the people that were actually victimized. So until you do that, you will always be cursed, America. And you can call me a communist, a socialist, but you know what? It doesn't matter what you call me. You know that I'm right, right? And you know that I stand more for indigenous rights than I do for the European interpretation of a left-wing ideology that doesn't always work in a cookie-cutter scenario when you plug it into Latin America. Because at the end of the day, that was still being pushed by two large governmental entities that wanted to challenge the United States' control of the region. We're tired of being pawns.
Man, definitely, like you said at the end, man, we're tired of being pawns. But that's definitely something that I learned. But I did know about the whole banking situation with the banks that I told y'all about before, is that a lot of these banks, they were slave owners. You know what I'm saying? Like these JP Morgans and the BOAs, and like they were originated and they were actually slave owners, you know. But I'm looking forward to that reparations thing. And it does hurt a lot of people hard. I notice when they hear about black folks getting reparations and Native Americans getting their land and things like that. Like, I don't know why. Like it hurt them so much. When it's like history, it's like they just want to move past it. Like, it is what it is. Y'all free now. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we already 400 something plus years behind. Like, you know, that's why I really don't get mad at when I see certain situations go on with black companies and things like that. It is upsetting, but you have to think about this. Like, we're hundreds of years behind. Just imagine if things didn't happen like that. We will be just as versed and organized as these other folks. You know what I'm saying? But we were literally treated like animals, like literally like horses. They used our skin. I showed that video. They used our skin to make wallets and shoes and things. Like, we literally was animals to them. Call us the litter. Like, this is wild, man. Like, it's a lot to look into when it's learning about black history. And I hope a lot of people that's watching this, you're learning something as well. And honestly, just like, you know, it's not upsetting you, but it's just like, dang, like this stuff actually happened. You know what I'm saying?
We're doing the film. I stuck my hand under this table and grabbed your inner thigh. Oh, no, sir.
Oh,
how
that's
would you
crazy.
Respond?
With a respectful left hook.
Thank you.
Respectfully. Oh,
I have had many people just go under the restaurant tables and grab my inner thigh, and I would go, hey, hey,
Hollywood.
And they would look at me and go, hey, my makeup artist on True Crime.
Wow.
He looked just like Morgan Freeman. That's the scariest thing. I wish you come out here and say I'm lying.
Wow.
I'm so tired of these fools because they think they have power. When I pick a job or a role, I want to be educated, so therefore I can help educate you guys.
Absolutely.
I've been an activist and educator from day one. Every role, I want to change minds and hearts or educate you or raise your level of thought about how you look at a melanated man, which is being portrayed by me. So when I went there to say no. But the director quit because I was going to tell him that I cannot play this role subjugated, because that goes against Neely Fuller Jr.
Come on.
With the power of imagery.
Neely Fuller Jr. Come on, research.
Okay, that goes against everything he said.
Come on,
entertainment.
Can I read? Okay. See, this is the
You can
problem.
go to page 81.
This right here.
You can go to page 57. Or you go to page 145. I've been reading that since 1991.
Wow.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the basis of my entire career. This has had me slapping so-called white men in Crooklyn. And be loved for it.
Hey, man. Basically what he's saying is he didn't sell his soul for media attention and fame. You know what I'm saying? Like Muggs, he think he's just going to accept Muggs rubbing on his thigh and show that as they're at a work conference meeting. And if he say no, then it's potential that he's going to get kicked out. He said, I don't care, I left that show. He ain't finna be rubbing on me. You know what I'm saying? Or just so I can be in this TV show, you know, or like you said, they wanted him to play a specific character that didn't fit the real purpose and they wanted to manipulate him. And he said, no, I'm not finna do that. I don't care how much money you give me, man. That is the definition of not selling your soul. That's one part of not selling your soul, and selling yourself short. Live up to your true purpose and your being. Also, this was that picture I know that I wanted to show you all that I had seen that honestly resembles a lot of you. See it right now. This is a man, black man, of course, waves clean, got diamond out, jewelry all around his waist. He's signing a contract, but he's signing where it says contract upside down. You know what I'm saying? It's facing us, of course, with the money. He got coffee, he got diamonds, music, he got the cars, he got shoes, he got everything, all of his desires and his cravings that he want in life, right? And I'm positive that a lot of people will say, thank God for this opportunity. Thank the Most High God for this opportunity for bringing upon me. When the entire time, this is just the devil deceiving you for you to play his cards. This is how easy it is for the devil to conceive you. And this image says the entire message. I'm going to put all this stuff in front of your face. You keep doing this, doing what you do, and I'm going to give you everything. That's that Illuminati stuff. Keep do not live your purpose. Look him. He got the forces, the jewelry, the music, the cars. He got all of this stuff. And he got the folks behind him, them folks behind him like, yep, go ahead, sir. You're doing the right thing. And he's like, man, thank God. Thank y'all for this opportunity, man. It's all thanks to the Most High God. Thank you. But the entire time, the devil is deceiving him. The same thing that the serpent did, the serpent did to Eve, to make her eat from that forbidden fruit tree. So just make sure that y'all live in y'all purpose so y'all don't have to go through things like this. That's all I wanted to just show this image, just to give y'all a little motivational speech about things like this. So, you know, people, they can see it. Basically, I'm just letting you know, live your purpose and you won't have to worry about things like this, hopefully.
Puff Daddy, whoever, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard, you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard, you. You know what I'm saying? I don't get because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all up about me. Now let me say it calm. You up about, you shut Michael. Right. I'm Michael now. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. Puff Daddy.
Yeah, man, we'll go ahead and call it on a wrap. I feel like sometimes I'll be speechless with some of the things, and some stuff I just rather keep to myself at times. You get what I'm saying? But like I tell y'all, man, I'm not no teacher, I'm a learner. So a lot of things, if I don't say something, I need to do some research on my own before I can put more input into it, you know, or I may ask you all for some input. So don't be afraid to educate me on something that I'm not educated on. That's what we're here for, and that's what there's a comment section for. So y'all let me know down below anything that y'all want to touch on that I did not. If y'all want to send me anything for me to touch on that I do not, please send it to my Discord. It will be pinned in the comments, and that will be highly appreciated, man. And I appreciate y'all for the love and respect, man. And I see y'all. Make sure that the thumbs up before y'all go as well, because you know we showing love and you know we getting lit. Let's get let go.